Wondering what it's like living in Ennis, Montana? Maybe you're thinking about moving to Ennis, or perhaps you just are curious what it's like living in this small town here in Southwest Montana. In this video, we're gonna do two things. We're gonna jump in the car and drive around Ennis and some neighborhoods and the whole Madison Valley so you can get a feel for it that way. And we're also gonna be diving into the computer in Google Maps so you can get a feel for the whole area that way as well. And of course, we'll be taking a look at some of the listings in Ennis and some of those surrounding communities in the Madison Valley from McAllister all the way down to Cameron. And one of those properties is an incredibly unique home or unique property that's off the beaten path. You're going to want to see this one for yourself. My name is Hallie with Life in Bozeman, Montana. This channel is all about living in and around Bozeman and Southwest Montana, including the beautiful Madison Valley and Ennis. So let's dive right in here and take a look at the area as a whole first. Ennis is located right here on Highway 287 in the Madison Valley, right on the Madison River. It's an amazing fishing community and the views, as you'll see, are absolutely breathtaking. Ennis is a small community with a population of just over 1,000 residents, with other small communities also nearby. It is otherwise fairly remote, with a western country feel and a thriving local community. To the north, we have McAllister, and then if you go a little further north, there is Norris, Montana. Of course, there's Virginia City and Nevada City over here to the west, which is an old-style mining town that was established in 1863. And then, of course, down to the south, the community of Cameron. But as you can see here, the Madison River runs right through town, and there are several others nearby as well. There's the Ruby River, the Beaverhead, the Jefferson, and the Big Hole. Ennis also sits, as you can probably see, below several mountain ranges. With Ennis right here in the valley, you've got the Madison Range down this direction, the Tobacco Roots up here to the northwest, and the Gravelly Range that runs down here to the southwest. Zooming back on in here, the town of Ennis is a fairly tourism-based area. It's a major destination for fishing, of course, as you can see with the Madison River running right through town, as well as Ennis Lake right there to the north. And to the south, if you follow 287 a little ways down here, you will find yourself in West Yellowstone. So just about an hour to the southeast of Ennis, you're going to find one of the most popular entrances to Yellowstone National Park right there. And of course, there is definitely skiing nearby as well, particularly Big Sky Resort. You can see right here Lone Mountain or Lone Peak. That is the primary and highest peak in this range here and part of Big Sky Resort. So you can see how close it really is. You can actually see Lone Peak from the Madison Valley and Ennis. Downtown Ennis is a lovely line of businesses and restaurants and taverns and bars, as well as Willie's Distillery, and is an amazing local operation with spirits that are sold throughout the West. Schools in Ennis are highly rated according to websites like niche.com, with an elementary school, middle school, and a high school. And just to the north of downtown right here is where you're going to find the Madison Valley Medical Center, which is a great resource for the area. Of course, if you do need, larger emergency care or something more specialized, you might find yourself over in Bozeman, but we'll touch on that a little bit more when we're talking about the commute over to Bozeman as well. Jobs in Ennis are mostly outdoor based, between local hospitality or dining, or one of the dozen fly fishing outfitters that are in the area as well. Now, of course, some do commute to Bozeman or even to Big Sky for work as well. Now, speaking of that commute, it is about an hour drive to the north here on Highway 287. If we take a look on the map here, once you get to Norris, you're going to take a right or head east on Highway 84, which then meets up with the Madison River once again and winds you all the way over here to the Four Corners area and into Bozeman. And while it's not the most difficult road in the area or in Montana, it's certainly not easy either. It is a 2-lane highway with limited cell service in several different areas. Now, for getting to Big Sky, there is thankfully a connecting road called Jack Creek Road. It's a private road, but if travel is deemed necessary or for certain residents, allowances are made. So as you can see, that road cuts right through the mountains here and comes out in the the Madison side, or on the Madison side of the Big Sky area on the north side there. If that road isn't accessible, or for some other reason you are unable to take that road, it is about a 2-hour drive to get to Big Sky. You do have to go all the way up along 287 and then 84 to Four Corners, and then down south on 191. So as you can see, that Jack Creek Road cuts that time more than in half. It's a pretty awesome way to get to Big Sky from Ennis. Now, there is a small regional airport in Ennis, but most do drive over to Bozeman Yellowstone International Airport in the Belgrade area. It is a much larger airport with many more flights and options. Most of the flights that come in and out of Ennis are likely private. Now, aside from the skiing, snowboarding, and fishing, there are plenty of other things to do and events around town. Particularly the 4th of July rodeo is a big favorite in Ennis. They go all out for the 4th of July, parades, the full rodeo, and everything. Of course, there are other outdoor options as well of hunting and camping and hiking and so on, with these beautiful mountain lakes down here to the south as well. Cliff and Wade Lakes can be found about 40 minutes or so south of Ennis and are absolutely stunning. Ennis isn't a big town, as you can see, nor are the surrounding communities either, but there are spectacular properties all over the area. So we're going to dive into these market statistics for the area as a whole, and then we'll take a look at some of those neighborhoods and properties. First and foremost, as you can see here, compared to the same month last year, this is comparing October of 2023 to October of 2022, the median sold per square foot has increased by 14% to $340 per square foot. That median sales price has also increased from last year. Now, of course, there were only 7 homes sold in this area that we're discussing. So there's going to be some variation there that can't necessarily be accounted for. You know, obviously with this 68% higher than the same month last year, when you're comparing only 7 sales, that's not always the greatest representation. However, you will see that new listings are down about 30%. So we only have 12 new listings that came on in October, but our end of month inventory is looking fairly decent. Another way to look at those same kind of figures here in a graph from 2013 until, present day or end of October 2023, as you can see, there's a pretty big change in those property values. This is the median sold price for October of 2023. Now, currently in the Madison Valley and Ennis, there are 77 active residential listings, and that median list price for those is about $699,000. Ennis and the Madison Valley here do have a few areas that are known for different types of living or acreage or lake life, for instance. So we're going to take a look at some of those main areas and neighborhoods. But before we dive into the real estate, as I said, my name is Hallie. I'm a born and raised Bozemanite, helping people move, relocate, and simply find their place here in the Bozeman area and surrounding areas here in Southwest Montana. From Bozeman to Big Sky to Three Forks to Livingston and Ennis and everywhere in between. My email and phone number are right here, or you can visit the link in the description to learn a little bit more or get in touch that way as well. I'm here to help you find the right place for you. I wouldn't want you to move to the wrong spot or end up in the wrong place. So write that information down and feel free to get in touch. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I've got a new video every single week. So if you want the best videos about living here in Ennis or all those other small towns here in Southwest Montana, subscribe. First of all of those areas, of course, is right here in and around Ennis. There are some lovely homes, from historic downtown homes to the golf course and new builds as well. So on the map here, as you can see, the outlined area is considered to be Ennis. Those are the city limits. But as you can see on the map here, there are plenty of larger parcels and properties outside of those city limits, outside of town, but still considered to be in Ennis. So we'll be taking a look at a variety of them. So in this area, right in Ennis city limits and around it, there are 20 currently active residential listings with a median list price of $667,000. The homes range from brand new condos and townhomes to older historic homes just blocks from downtown, lovely homes to the south of town off of the highway, and to the west, as well as those homes right on the golf course. let's take a look at a couple listings right in the Ennis area. This one just to the west of town is a lovely home. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath home with over 4,000 square feet on 2.79 acres. So as you can see, even right next to town, you can get tons of space. And this one is listed at $835,000. So it's, you know, you're not spending over $1 million like you might be doing in the Bozeman area. So it's a beautiful home. This one was built in 1993. Might be able to use some updates in the kitchen, for instance, but it's going to have lovely mountain views with all that space around it as well. Taking a look here a little bit more at the outdoor space, just taking in those mountain views off to the side there. There you go. Beautiful fenced area and a lovely home, like I said. So let's take a look at some of the newer properties that are being built just here on the north end of town. There are some condos and townhomes. There's also some single family homes in here that are a little bit more affordable, closer to town as well. So this one is a 3-bed, 3-bath townhome that was built this year in 2023. It's 1,603 square feet. It's very nice, lovely finishes here, and very close to, downtown Ennis. Being just on the north side of town there, of course, it's going to have some lovely views as well. But sometimes people are just looking for, something more cost effective or more affordable and closer. Because it's a townhome, you will own the land that it sits on as well. So this one is listed at $495,000, that 3-bed, 3-bath townhome. Taking a look here at one more property up here off of the golf course. This is a 3-bed, 3-bath single family home sitting on about half of an acre. It was built in 2019 and it's 2,111 square feet. You got that lovely fireplace right there in the living room. And again, this type of home on this kind of acreage, if you were comparing to other areas, this is going to be more affordable than the Bozeman area in particular. It's got a lovely little bar there in the kitchen. And taking a look here, of course, you've got some lovely views right out the windows here and a really nice backyard area as well with that 3-car garage. Really, really nice spot here also. And you just can't beat those mountain views. Now, if we head just a bit further north of Ennis, there is another community called McAllister. McAllister is technically its own town of about 300 residents, but it is very close to Ennis. This is also where you're going to find Ennis Lake with some incredible lakefront properties all along here, as well as some really amazing neighborhoods with larger lots and beautiful homes. And you're still very close to Ennis, but you've got a bit more space, of course. And one popular neighborhood right here along the highway is called Troutdale. It's also part of McAllister. And then, of course, heading off of the highway to the west of McAllister, this is Meadow Creek. As you head out here, large, lovely custom homes on land with horses. It's a beautiful area as well. Moving back towards Ennis Lake here, Ennis Lake is the most popular and the closest lake to Ennis, of course. It's 2.5 miles long and relatively shallow. It's a great area for fishing, boating, and has a wonderful campground as well. So around the whole McAllister area, there are currently 8 active residential listings with a median list price of $2.5 million. And all of the properties do have a bit of acreage, ranging from 2 acres all the way up to 192. So let's take a look at some of the listings up in the McAllister area as well. Right here on the shores of Ennis Lake is the first listing we're going to take a look at, with those views right off of the kitchen and dining room. Absolutely stunning. This is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 1,872 square foot home. This was built in 2021 and sits on 0.7 acres right there off of the lake. Currently listed at $949,000. It's a beautiful home and you really cannot beat these views right off of the bedroom there as well. Looks like you can walk right out onto the patio, and a lower level walkout as well. I absolutely love this one. So let's take a look at one more example here right off Meadow Creek. This one sits on just under 2 acres and was originally built in the year 1900. It's 1,848 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath. Definitely, could use some updating perhaps, but it has wonderful character here as well. Some beautiful greenhouse area and gardens in the backyard and tons of open space right here with, room to breathe, room to stretch out. Beautiful home. Next, we're actually going to head a little bit further south of the Ennis area into a neighborhood or development or, just an area called Shining Mountains. Again, these lots are going to be more spread out and larger. There's a great opportunity as you're sitting up on a little bit of a shelf here for amazing views of the valley. And of course, much like that Meadow Creek area, there's going to be great opportunity for horse property here as well. So this is the whole area that is considered Shining Mountains. And as you can see, it's not too far down the road on Highway 287 across the bridge there, back up towards Ennis. For the 4 active residential listings in the Shining Mountains area, the median list price is about $1 million. So let's take a look at a few of the listings down in the Shining Mountains area here as well. This home was built in 2021. It is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 4,363 square foot home on almost 4 acres. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, wonderful views sitting up there a little bit on the shelf. You can see big picture windows right here in the living room with that big fireplace as well. So the homes are going to be a bit more spread out. And again, gorgeous views of the valley. This one also happens to have a large garage so you can store, your side-by-side or your other toys so you can get out and explore this beautiful country. One other home in the Shining Mountains area that I wanted to take a look at here. This one is definitely a contrast from the last. Also a 3-bed and 3-bath. This one was built in 2007 and is much more of a log cabin style home. This one is 1,836 square feet, and just look at those views. You're sitting on just under 19 acres. Very unique property here with some outbuildings as well. So a little bit different, but as you can see, you're going to have lots of space with this one as well. The next area we're going to be taking a look at is called Virginia City Ranches. It's a huge area. Homes are even more spread out, and it is on the way here just off of the highway headed towards Virginia City. You head up and over this hill. That's how you get over there to that, stepping back in time, very Old West style town. But right here is where you're going to find Virginia City Ranches. So just to the southwest of town. There are only 2 listings currently in Virginia City Ranches, with a median list price of $1.7 million. And one of them happens to be incredibly unique. So right here happens to be one of the most unique properties for sale in Montana, if not the entire country, in my opinion. Clearly listed there at $2.95 million. This is a 3-bed, 3-bath, 15,552 square foot property. It sits on almost 28 acres and was built in 2008. But as you can see, it is not your average home. This property features 2 magnificent buildings unlike anything you've experienced before. Building number 1 is 3 levels, with the bottom being a huge shop area, over 6,000 square feet to be exact, accessed by 4 industrial side doors, perfect for a manufacturing business or for easy access storage. The second level, also 6,000 square feet, is the living space with a master and 2 bedrooms, large living area, And the top floor, which is 3,456 square feet, is bathed in sunlight, perfect for inside gardening or whatever you might like. Over-engineered and insulated and self-sustaining is the theme. The second building was designed as an office workspace, about 5,500 square feet on 2 floors, and has never been used. So it's a brand new space that could be used for a business office, school, retreat, or a host of other purposes. These facilities were designed to be off-grid and have a sophisticated solar and wind energy systems in place. Now, the last area we're going to be taking a look at here today is further south of Ennis. This is going to be the furthest away from Ennis, really. If we zoom out just a little bit, you can see Ennis Lake here at the top of the screen and Ennis, and we come all the way down Highway 287. There's going to be areas of that highway that are right on the river, and there are some beautiful riverfront homes. And then, of course, you find those Cliff and Wade lakes that are absolutely beautiful. In this overall area near Wade and Cliff Lakes and near the river there are 9 active residential listings with a median list price of $995,000. Right here, very close to Wade Lake. This is an absolutely beautiful log home style property. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 3,136 square foot home sitting on 20 acres that was built in 2002. Listed at $995,000. This property is absolutely beautiful, but it is very remote. You know, Ennis itself has been, known to be, or is said to be, a little bit on the remote side, just given it's so small and it's an hour to the closest, larger town. This is going to be another 40 minutes or so south of Ennis. So you are kind of on your own down here. Some people love it that way, some people don't as much, but it's a beautiful log home, and I'm sure we're going to see some incredible views here out the windows or in that outdoor space. Yeah, we've got some stunning mountain views and a lovely outdoor area to enjoy that property as well. And here you can see, the full structure and then the proximity there just, down the hill to Wade Lake. These lakes are, very popular, very highly desired camping spots during the middle of summer, and they're absolutely beautiful. So if we go up the road just a little ways away from the lakes, but closer to the river here, there's a couple of really beautiful riverfront properties. This one listed at $699,000. It's a 3-bed, 3-bath home on 0.38 acres, built in 1998, and it is 2,260 square feet. So a beautiful spot here, again, right off of that Madison River, riverfront property, essentially. It's a really lovely, it looks like they updated the kitchen a bit there. And what I'm always looking for in these pictures is that outdoor space. That's what most people are, most interested in here as well. So let's see, there are some of your views off of the deck area there, right out onto the river. Of course, right down the road here, the neighbor's house is for sale as well. This one is listed at $1.499. This one is a 4-bed, 5-bath, 3,932 square foot home on half an acre and was built in 2008 with that dock going right down there, or deck at least, going right down there to the river. You can practically fish right off of the bank there. Beautiful open kitchen. Looks like a stunning bathroom here as well. And as I always do, I am most interested in seeing what that outdoor space looks like as well. So there's this beautiful deck. Like I said, you can practically fish right off of the deck there. Absolutely gorgeous. So those are the main areas and neighborhoods of where to live in Ennis, depending, of course, on what you're looking for. You've got, the area down to the south off of the river and those beautiful mountain lakes. You've got Virginia City Ranches, Shining Mountains, McAllister, and of course, Ennis itself. Now, if you'd like to learn more about living in Ennis, Montana, keep an eye out for one of my next videos where I'm going to go in depth on the pros and cons of buying property or moving to Ennis as well. I've also done a recent vlog tour that you can check out to learn more too. And as I said before, I've got a new video every single week. So if you want the best videos about living here in Southwest Montana, don't forget to subscribe. Now, if you want to learn more right now, this is a playlist loaded with all the best vlog tours all over Southwest Montana. So you can find the area you want to move to, watch, and learn all about it. In fact, my recent vlog tour of Ennis is in there too. And until next time, I hope to show you around.